Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Thursday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and freaking early, man. It's 3 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, this is going to be a Hunter Biden video. In the past, for some reason, the people, my subscribers, and the people that view my videos, usually Hunter Biden videos do not get good views, but I feel the need to do this video. Out of all times right now, my views, sometimes they go up, they go down, and I'm having a bad stretch of bad views right now. And I thought about this, I make the best videos I can. I speak from my heart. I talk about things that really matter to me, and I speak honestly and openly about these things, and let the chips fall where they may. And that's one of these videos. Okay, let me say this: Hunter Biden. I could identify with Hunter Biden. It's probably it's not a thing most guys would want to say, but I have a lot in common with him. I used the same drugs he did. I crumbed on the floor. I was the same kind of user. And the weird thing, we're about the same age, and I'm an artist. Since I got clean and sober, I sell my artwork, and I've been making a fairly good income, a fairly good living selling my artwork. So we got a lot in common. Okay, another reason I'm doing this video is to point out the difference between Trump cultists and Trump followers and Trump fanatics and people who are not, and Biden supporters like me. Okay, so he's been found guilty, and my attitude is let him go to jail. If that's what the result of all this, if that's what the judge or the jury find that he should do some time in jail, I'm fine with that. This is the difference between Trump supporters and Biden supporters, or people who are not Trump supporters. I'm not going to try to defend somebody I know that did wrong. Here's another thing. I've been clean and sober. I've been in recovery for 17 and a half years. And I think it's important that, I think it's the seventh step, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure out of the 12 steps, is making amends for your past wrongs. And I think it's important that if he screwed up, he needs to pay for it. I don't think it's doing him any favors if, by treating him, by him avoiding jail, or him getting out of going to jail or whatever, just because who he is. I think, if this is an important part of recovery, is admitting our past mistakes, owning up to them, apologizing for them, and making amends for them. That's a huge part of recovery, and I think it's important for him to do that too. So if he should go to jail, if that's what's deemed the necessary punishment, then I'm fine with that. Here's three things. There's three questions that people ask about about Hunter Biden, and I've got the answers for these. Will Hunter Biden go to jail? It's possible. It's quite possible. That's number one. That's the one that's iffy. The second one, is Hunter Biden protected by the Secret Service? Yes, he is, and I'm not exactly sure how I think he would be in PC protective custody if he were to go to jail. I'm not sure how that would work, but yes, he does have Secret Service protection. And the other one, could the president, his father, pardon him? Yes, he could pardon him, but this is something that makes me respect Joe Biden huge. It gives me hope for the presidency, and it makes me confident that I'm going to vote for the right person, Joe Biden, because Joe Biden has come right out and said that he will not pardon his son, Hunter Biden. Now, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of Trump supporters out there. They're going to say, yeah, right, he's going to pardon, that don't believe it. And I guess, the proof's in the pudding. We'll see. But I don't think, if he says he won't, I don't think he will, and I think that's huge that, he's, this is the difference between Trump supporters and people who are not, or Biden supporters. If somebody did wrong, I'm not going to try to cover it up. I'm not going to make excuses for it. They should pay for it, regardless if they're a Democrat or whatever. They need to make amends for it. Here's something else that I'm not proud of at all, and it has to do, like I said, I was a hard user. I used harder substances than Hunter Biden even did. I'm not proud of that. But this is the reason why people that use should not have firearms. And this was a low point, and it's something I'm not proud of. I've talked about how my father he was a park ranger. He died when I was 9, and he collected guns, and I inherited those guns when I was 9 years old. So I had these during my addiction. 20. There's actually over 30 guns, shotguns, sniper rifles, weapons from World War II, pistols. And I could think of several instances where I should not have been in possession of these things in the mindset that I was in. There's one instance that I remember clearly. I was in a parking lot, and I had run out of money, me and my 2 friends, and I decided to pawn a 12 gauge, and I had it in the trunk, and there was a problem at the pawn shop, and we took it to a dealer. So I actually called up a dealer, and we met these dealers in a convenience store parking lot. My car was facing out towards the street, and me, my friend, and the 2 dealers were standing next to me. We had the trunk open with the 12 gauge sitting right in the trunk. And as we're looking at it, this is a busy street in Waterbury, Connecticut. It's a big city in Connecticut. And as we're looking down at it, I see a cop going up the street, and he just looks right at us, staring right at us with this sitting right in the trunk. And, by the grace of God, I don't know, maybe I would have been better off if I got caught with it. I don't know, maybe that would have got me cleaner sooner after going to jail. But he didn't stop, and as soon as he got out of sight, we shut the trunk, and everybody split. But it was, in my condition, in my mindset, I made a lot of, bad, big mistakes. Almost everything, any choice I made with those weapons was a bad choice when I was using. People that are using should not be in possession of these things. I remember this. I wasn't going to talk about this. I remember this was a 41 Magnum that I had. It's not a 44, a 41 Magnum, and I was at a keg party at my house, and I was sitting on the floor, and I had a dog that I loved. It was this retriever, and he was sitting between my legs, and I'm playing with this revolver, this 41 Magnum, as my friends are partying around me, and it was loaded, and the dog is right between my legs, and I went to let the hammer off. The hammer slipped, and the hammer went down, and it didn't, for some reason, it didn't fire. But it was pointing right down at my dog, my pet dog, in between my legs. God, I can't imagine what would have happened if that bullet, by the grace of God, that it didn't go off. I don't know why, if it was a misfire or what. But I still remember that. That was 40 years ago, and that would have been horrific if that went off. It probably would have hit me too. Not to mention my love and pride in my life, my dog, my pet, my dog. These are reasons why people that use or drink really should not be in possession of firearms. And there's dozens of other instances that I could, things I'm not proud of. Recovery is possible. If Hunter Biden if it's found that he should do jail time, then so be it. I'm a Democrat. I'm a Biden supporter, but if he's got to go to jail, let him go to jail. He's got to pay his dues. He's got to pay for his wrongs. He's got to pay back society. I have no problem with that. And that is the difference between Trump supporters and, I'll say, people who are not Trump supporters or Biden supporters. Have a good Thursday.